Good morning, all. We're here today for a pre-trial review in the matter CFI 16, 2015, Mohammad AlHaj and AlHaj Holding versus Sheik Sultan Khalifa Sultan Al Nehayan in his capacity as Director of Gold Holding and Sheik Sultan Khalifa Sultan Al Nehayan. Claimant is represented in person by telephone, and the defendant is represented by Helene Matthew Legal Consultants. Lead counsel is Daniel Rusin, assisted by Helene Matthew.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Right. A couple of months ago, I did not anticipate that we need to be here today in a pre-trial review. I thought a report to the registry would be enough, that both parties complied with the CMC order, but I was advised by the registry that maybe the claimant, Mr. AlHaj, is not complying with the order and he is way behind and missed a couple of deadlines.
I'm having a problem hearing your line.
Okay, try again. Well, I said I did not anticipate that we would be here today for a pre-trial review, as this is maybe it's not complicated cases and it's more like straightforward case. But I'm told by the registry the claimant has not complied with the CMC order and missed a couple of the deadline and some of obligations as well. And I think we need to start maybe with hearing from you, Mr. AlHaj, and to update us, where are you today and what we can do to make the hearing real.
Okay, I didn't hear all of the questions, but first of all, my legal consultant has stopped working with me for the last 2 months. They're all with the same reason, like everyone knows. I'm still surprised also that the court is not helping me to find a lawyer of this issue. I think that we have the right to find a legal representative. Otherwise, I'm requesting from the court to help us or help me. I'm not a lawyer dealing with the case. I know that regarding the witness statement, I was waiting for Martin Walker to come and do what he was.
Excuse me, what do you mean by helping you? What do you mean by helping you?
Sorry?
What do you mean by that court should help you? Do you hear me? That the court's supposed to be helping you.
Yeah, that helping me in because I told the author, the production of the document. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand what is that. I thought I have submitted everything, all documents that I had, and I have waiting for some papers from the registrar to prove the transaction and the witness statement. So this is what I know that I believe I have to submit. So legal terms of I'm not a lawyer, I'm having problems with that. So this is the help I'm asking from the court.
Well, Mr. AlHaj, I think we have discussed this earlier, and as a court we are impartial, neutral. We cannot assist one party against the other one. We are completely impartial. We cannot, unfortunately, we cannot help one party against the other one. It's your role to help yourself. And I'm aware that you have applied for pro bono lawyers, but I'm very sorry that I heard none of them wanted to accept your case, maybe. But you could have seek assistance of lawyers or any legal advice from even outside the country, outside the UAE, any lawyer who understand how the common law work, as it's almost international system that we are applying in here. But more than that, I don't think we can give you any help. We must be impartial. Yes?
What I would like to say is that I was surprised so much when I see that the defendant has so much influence, where all of the lawyers in the IC said that they have conflict, which doesn't make any sense, and I don't know what to comment on that. This is what like a surprise. Anyway, I'm just requesting. I have submitted the evidences, the witness statement. I think I thought that since he's in Dubai, so he just arrived the witness to Dubai, so he wants us to submit the witness statement. So I don't know if the court is not willing to accept that. I would not be surprised. But anyway, that's what I can do.
Oh, no. What's your plan now again? Tell me, what you intended to do?
What's my intention to do?
Yeah.
Yes, I need a judge to look at the case. Now, the only thing on the case that the judge will be looking for is for the 10 million shares that the Sheikh has taken. The Sheikh, first time that he has not, first time he said that he had paid it in full, and then he said it was a gift, and then he said it's paid. So I'm just saying that he didn't pay it. I want the proof from him that he paid it, and he has to pay it. So I have the declaration of the contract which is submitted in the DIC registrar. So there's the transaction contract there. I tried to take it from the registrar. The registrar saying that I need a court order, so I'm asking the court now to do me a letter to request to get that paper, because that would help me a lot in this case. So everyone is blocking me this. And that's it. So I just need the judge to look at our case. If he says that he doesn't have any right, if we don't have any right for that, that's it. So for me it's very simple, but I'm not a lawyer. So if the defendant has that much lobby that he can not allow any lawyer to come and help me, well, I'm waiting for a judge who will consider that and look at the things in front of him. And also, what I heard that he has initiated another case against me and other people where he says that he has lost his $10 million. So now in the same court, you will see that Sheik Sultan, the defendant, in one case he's saying I didn't pay this money, in another case he's saying that he paid this money. In one hearing he says this is a gift, in another hearing he says that I paid it in tranquility. So what I'm supposed to learn from that? Like if the defendant in each statement he puts is lying. So I want to see all these statements in front of the judge, and the judge to say what he believes is right. This is my point. I can't have a lawyer, the defendant, as he controls with his influence the lawyers in DIC, and I have approval. If you want, I can send it to you that from the program I see that all lawyers have conflict with the defendant. This does not make any sense. We never thought. We're international investors. We came to do a Dubai International Center where we're supposed to have our rights. But not because someone from the ruling family, then I can't have a lawyer.
Well, okay, I'm almost clear, yeah, of what you're trying to say, but I would like just to remind you again, we must remain impartial, and if you could not find a lawyer assisting you within the DFC, might be in Dubai, might be where else in the world, and then don't tell me that the defendant has influence all over the world, over lawyers and legal, or advocacy all over the world, wherever, US, Canada, Singapore, Australia, wherever. Anyway, and let me hear from the defendant an update of what's happening recently, and I will come back to you, Mr. AlHaj.
It's really, I cannot hear very well. I'm really sorry about that. Last time it was much better.
Okay, if you bear with me, I will come back to you.
Like the...
Iman, talk to him from your side. Tell him, bear with us, we'll come back to you. Stay in the line.
If you could just bear with us. If you could just bear with us. The judge is saying just bear with us and he will come back to you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Daniel Roussin for the defendant. First of all, I wish to point out to the court.
Sorry, Mr. Rasan, the standard in this court, if you talk to judge, you may stand up, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's because I was
No
told I had
problem.
to
The
talk.
microphone is very sensitive. It can pick up you wherever you
Okay, fine. I'm sorry if I didn't raise.
No.
I knew that I had to, but it's because of the microphone. So basically, first point we wish to point out regarding representation by legal counsel for the claimant. First of all, as the first decision of Justice Roger Giles, or if I hope I'm pronouncing it well, Mr. Abu AlHaj personally is not a claimant anymore in the file, and we're talking about Abu AlHaj Holding, which is now the only claimant for the case. Justice Giles had addressed the situation of what you just raised regarding the fact that there were counsel for the claimant, and that he didn't believe the claimant could not get legal counsel. And it appears from paragraph 9, 10, and 11 from his decision of February. Now, on that point, I wish also to point out that Mr. Abu AlHaj has just mentioned that his legal counsel at this time had left him 2 months ago. At start, this is what I heard. So he had counsel up until now. At this point, he was present and he participated to the CMC that was held in August. And he was aware of all the dates that were set out, and it was mentioned to him that he had to comply with these dates, and he has complied with not only some of them, but all of them at this point in time. So we're now in November, mid-November, and the trial is in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and we still haven't got any collaboration from the claimant at this point. Now, we have, during the last 3 months, 4 months, each time that we had the opportunity, we address the reminders to Mr. Abu AlHaj. Each time we file the witness statements, the documentation, and so on and so forth. And it seems that his email address is a good address because he responded today. And he also mentioned the new case, which is a 2016 case against him by my client as a plaintiff this time. So he is aware of this case also. Now, what I can see is that he's mentioning that he does not access to some documents. On September 22nd, I've addressed him an email which followed the amended defense that we were ordered to file by the court at the CMC, along with the exhibits that we would use at that point. And he's referring to Exhibit D24, which is the MOU for the transfer of shares to my client. And he did receive a copy of it. And I even asked him if he wanted a hard copy of it, that he would only have to mention us an address, and that we would give him this document on a hard copy if he couldn't access it by email. So the claimant at this point has disregarded, Your Honor, every order that was given to him and every chance that was given to him to proceed in this case. Now, nobody's blocking him, and this position of his regarding the fact that he's prevented from having his rights put forward to the court has been his position from start, and it's an untrue position. He's always been able. He was referring a couple of minutes ago to Mr. Martin Buher, which communicated with me last week by email, asking for a meeting, and I said, well, yes, I'm in Dubai, and you can meet with me anytime you wish. So there's nothing here where he was...
Who's Mr. Buha?
Mr. Buher seems to be one of the witnesses that Mr. Abu AlHaj wishes to bring forward. And he was one of the directors, I think, or at least an officer of Gold Holding, which is one of the companies mentioned in this case.
Yeah. But the meeting never happened, huh?
So, sorry, I didn't... The meeting never happened, yeah. And I didn't receive any further communication from Mr. Buher. Now, I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's in Dubai or elsewhere. So, Your Honor, basically, we've provided the court with the pretrial checklist. We feel that at this point, on November, today is the 21st, that if there is things to be filed, it should already have been done, and it's going to be to our detriment at one point if the court permits to waive all the orders that were given in the past to Mr. Abu AlHaj, and now to just redo a timetable for trial. And my client doesn't want this trial to be postponed for any reason whatsoever. This has been going for a long time, and nothing has changed at this point in time since the start. So even if I may recall, on the last, because there were 3 subjects for this case, and there's only one left for trial. And even there, when Mr. Abu AlHaj was ordered by the court to provide some particulars, this was last February. Then in March, it only happened when we did the CMC in August that he filed some detailed particulars. So, Your Honor, with all due respect, I feel that at this point in time, claimant should be foreclosed of providing the court with any documentation whatsoever at this time, and go to trial as the file in the state of the file at this point in time.
Tell me, has the claimant file replied to your amended defense?
No.
No. Have you submitted any further document?
No.
Not either with a witness statement?
No.
Just
no
completely nothing?
No documents, and even the court ordered to provide up-to-date license and a good standing report for the company, which is Claimant, and we haven't heard from them whatsoever.
Lima, he has not applied for court to extend times? No, I really...
Do you have any other question?
Yes, I have a question for you. So, what you want now? What are you thinking now?
Well,
what must happen now?
Well, in our position, we have filed, along with the progress monitoring information sheet, we have provided an application to have the case foreclosed in November 1st, which was the date was set for the monitoring information meeting. So at this point, we wish the court to declare plaintiff or claimant foreclosed from filing anything, and the case should proceed on the 4th. And in light of this, maybe we could have an earlier decision at this point, because there is no proof whatsoever on the part of the claimant, and the documentation filed with the court with our defense, which is mainly D24, clearly shows that the deal between the clients was the one that is alleged by defendant Sheik Sultan. And even then, when the claimant filed for additional particulars for Section 7 and 8, he mentioned an option agreement, which is clearly annulled by the document D24, which was a later document. So nothing supports the claim, Your Honor, at this point. And we're 2 weeks, like I said, before trial, and what we want at this point is for the trial to go ahead, or at least to have a decision on December 4th, because they may not have any object of having a hearing at this point. Like I said in my pretrial checklist, we have provided witness statements, and we don't intend, to some extent at this time, with what we know, to provide the court with oral witnesses at the time, and we will rely on the witness statement. Order should be rendered at that time, or the action should be dismissed.
How many witnesses do you have so far?
Well, we have provided 3 witness statements. One by Sheik Sultan, one by his senior advisor, and another one by another shareholder of the company, which also was issued shares.
Ima, give me the mic, let's talk to him from here. Yes, Mr. AlHaj, do you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you very well now.
Oh, great. And have you managed to hear Mr. Rasan before me?
Yes, and I have some comments on what he said.
Yes, I would like you concentrate in 3 points. That you have not complied with the order, you miss all deadline, you have not applied to extend any deadline at all, and then you let the case floating until today without any action from your side. And yes, talk to me.
I have some reasons
Yes.
that would not make me do as scheduled. As I mentioned, I'm not a lawyer. And I didn't say, as you mentioned, that I had a legal consult. I said I had a legal consultant, someone who used to consult me. I never said I had a legal representative. And I tried to contact many times. I said 10, probably 100, and everyone is refusing, or they have the same reason, conflict, and which doesn't make sense to me. So, regarding the witness is very important. He mentioned that they don't know him. Martin Booker is the independent partner in the company, and who is the chairman of the financial committee. That was hired by the Sheikh himself. He's a Swiss citizen, and he was hired by the Sheikh and the directors of the company to be the chairman of the financial committee. And when he sent the report that put certain obligations on the Sheikh, he had been threatened, he had a lot of problems. Now he's in Dubai under diplomatic protection, and he came to the court and he would like to do the witness because he is the chairman of the financial committee of the company.
Yes, but see, the court cannot take his witness statement directly, Mr. AlHaj. He should have written his statement to you and then you submit it to us in a certain format.
Yes, but I don't know that.
And even in the courtroom, we cannot take a witness directly in the courtroom because your opponent must know what your witness is going to be saying in the courtroom. You cannot take your opponent by surprise in courtroom, you know.
No, what I thought that he had to come to the DIC and write the witness.
Oh, no, I remember I explained to you how it works. I remember during the case management, you told me you have no lawyer, you need someone to assist you, and you were struggling on finding any lawyer. And I remember I explained to you how it works. I explained to you how you should comply with the order, Mr. AlHaj. And that hearing is completely recorded in this court.
I remember.
Yes, and
you're right. I was depending on. I was talking with a lawyer that he was almost agreed, and then at the end he refused to take the case.
And I told you, whatever happened, Mr. AlHaj, you come back to the court and apply for whatever you want. You did not make any application.
No, I did apply, and he responded back to me that all lawyers had a conflict, and that's what shocked me. Like I'm having.
No. That was before the case management. I recall that. The appointment of pro bono lawyers was before August.
And I contacted the other lawyers, and everyone says conflict. I cannot believe that the defendant has agreements with all lawyers in DIC or Dubai.
Yes, you see, Mr. AlHaj, see, yes. I think from day one, since you lodged a claim form, the court tried to accommodate your court. The court tried to assist you finding a lawyer. The court spread your file to many lawyers that work with the court. If you're unlucky, that's not because of the court. So we try to explain to you how it works. We brought you to a case management after you you was so behind deadlines. We gave you another chance through the last CMC, and then we explained to you how it should work. We explained to you if you struggle what you should do again. But you're not helping yourself, actually. You're really not helping. And now, I'll say, I'm aware of all of your excuses. I'm aware of all of your excuses. And my question is now, what do you want now?
Totally, I'm from the lawyer legal business. I'm zero on that.
Yes, this is a risk you taking if you try to sue someone. Yes.
I know, but I never thought that really I cannot find a lawyer in DRC, which is like an international big courthouse. I never, this is a surprise for me. It was not in my calculations at all, zero.
Yes.
Even the lawyers inside and lawyers outside. And I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
And but I think that we are at the end of the.
Well, actually, Mr. AlHaj, actually, you're not the only one who could not get a lawyer to assist him on a pro bono basis. You're not the first one. The court has a record of someone else as well. You're not the only one. But
pro bono and no pro bono, not only pro bono.
What I told you before, the world is open to you. You know, this court can accommodate any lawyer from any part of the world. We have lawyers come from America, from Canada, from France, from England, from Singapore, from New Zealand, from Australia, from Africa, from India, from Pakistan. The whole world open to you. And I mean, you just, I think you just need to live with this option you are in already. But now what I really want to know, what you want, how you want to proceed now?
There will be a hearing. This is what I know. And the documentation that I have, the proof that I have submitted. I just need the witness, and I thought the witness has to be there. So as soon as he arrived today, he went to the court. And then the court explained to him what he has explained to me now regarding his witness statement.
Oh, no, this is really difficult. I mean, Lima, can we provide him with a CD or DVD for this hearing or anything? See, you can apply, you can have the CD or sorry, the transcript of this hearing today, or even maybe the last CMC. It's up to you. You could share it with your witness and then ask him to do whatever. He could write his statement to you in a decent format. Then you might have anyone review it for you and then submit it. You could have done that, but I have a problem now that your opponent, the defendant, are requesting this court to stop you from submitting anything. They want you to pursue to a hearing without allowing you to submit any further evidence.
I have to submit the witness statement. This is the most important thing. Unless the court is denying it, but then what can I do? But again, my excuses. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know, and that's it. But I'm not surprised from anything that comes up from the CIC itself.
Well, then my other question: are you prepared to go for a hearing without a witness statement?
No. What do you advise? What do you think? You know better. Since there's a witness that is there, why you don't want to allow him to come there?
Because you kept missing a lot of deadline. This case registered like more than a year now.
Because I didn't know that what the court has told him and what you have told me that he can just do it online. I was looking for a witness in Dubai.
Mr. AlHaj, I think you know this. You've been doing so many things online with this court. You know the court accepts everything online. You know your opponent has submitted the witness statement online.
But this case has like other cases too.
Well, yeah, I hear that there are another case between the parties, but I don't know if that case is related or it should be, let's say, maybe counterclaim or
I'm requesting from the court, you know, to consider my situation that I really still didn't find a lawyer, and the court didn't help me find a lawyer until this moment. And because of my delay for the witness statement, and now it's my mistake, I acknowledge my mistake, but it's because of my ignorance in the legal court system. So the witness is there. I'm requesting them to let me apply for the witness statement and go for the hearing.
Let me ask you this. Have you tried to contact any lawyer in Canada? You from Canada, isn't it?
Yes, they all come with the same excuse. Okay, and if I work with someone, it's I don't know what happens. It's very hard. I don't know. I tried a lot, and I sent to the court a lot of parents that I have contacted.
Then one more question. When you find yourself struggling to comply with the order, have you seek the registry assistant? Have you drop an email to the court registry and tell them, I don't know how to do this, or I can't do this? Well, and have you seek any advice from the registry?
I have seek, yes, not the last 2 months, but before I seek to have a legal advisor.
No, not legal advisor. I'm saying, have you seek any advice when you find yourself struggling to comply with the order of the August 2016? Have you seek advice from the court registry to help you by way or another? I think no, right?
Yes, but that's the meaning of seeking the legal advice or legal advisor. Yes, that's what I did before, and they told me they didn't help me with that. So why ask them again?
I see your point. Yeah. Yeah, but you agree with me. You have not asked them yet. Yes.
No, I have not answered. Because I know their answer. There will be no help.
Because they always tell you they don't give advice.
Yes, and I just said not taking the risk, but I have the documents, the proof that I have. Also, since the IC, he got the shares, it's a transaction. I don't know what he said at the end, if he paid it or not, because I'm confused. And at this moment, I don't know what he said, if he paid for both shares or not.
I don't know, but I hear something else. I heard that you disappeared. You did not tend to reply for the email that comes to your attention. You did not collaborate, whether from court or from your opponent. You just gone completely. You disappear.
Because I don't know what to do. I have no clue. I need a legal advice.
Well, I see your point. If I may recall, now you seeking this court to allow you to submit a witness statement in a short time.
Yes.
And how yeah.
I can submit it within 48 hours. He's in Dubai and he's ready to do it.
He will write it to you and then you submit it to the court by email. That's what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Within 48 hours?
Yes, I can do it in 48 hours.
And what if you missed? I'm not saying I will grant you this. I'm going to think about it. But what if you miss this time deadline, the 48 hours one?
Then you have every right not to accept it because it's fair.
Right, yes. I will hear from Mr. Russell now. I'll come back to you.
Well, I don't want to repeat myself. Basically, I would say is that the CMC was quite simple and was quite good. I don't know how, at this point in time, this I've heard only of one witness statement, not. Certainly, if the court, it could derail the trial. I don't know what these people will bring up front. They may have gratuitous affirmations which will need to be worked on, and they may be ill-founded at start, but basically it's very late in the process at this point. I don't see how Mr. Abu AlHaj can bring documentation that would go through D-24, which is a document between the parties, signed between the parties.
So take us to day one of
Yeah.
the CMC, you mean? Yes.
Yes. And at this point, I think it would be only detrimental to defendant. Now, just coming back to the question of having counsel, Mr. Abdullah, when you ask him the same question now, it's still wishy-washy. Compel any kind of answer whatsoever. Naturally, should you allow it? Well, we will need time to test this, but we could do it fast. But basically, I can't give you any indication.
Bring the mic, sorry, Alim. Yes, Mr. AlHaj, I don't know if you hear me or not. Maybe the submission of witness statement, we don't know what your witness is going to talk about. We don't know then what kind of document he would be relying on. So the witness statement usually refer to a documents, and documents need to be responded by the defendant. Defendant might need to submit, let's say, a counter document, and maybe they need to amend. Maybe they would need to amend their witness statement and reply of your witness statement. I mean, it's really like it's going to bring us a lot of complexities, but I will try to think about it. But I can't promise you I would allow you to submit this statement, because I believe it might take us to day one of the case management.
It's very important to my case, and I was waiting for it. It was not under my control because I was waiting for him to go to Dubai. And that's soon, and he's taking a big risk to do this. He came to Dubai, first thing he did, he came to the court, and then they explained to him. So this is what really happened. For that reason, I'm understanding the situation. For that reason, I said, give us 48 hours. We will do our best to finalize it.
Is he here in Dubai today?
Sorry?
Is your witness in Dubai today?
The witness is in Dubai today, yes.
Can he come to the court today, this afternoon?
Today, I can let him come. Yes, I can let him come this afternoon to the court.
Well, okay, if you please send him to us here before I take decision in this.
I will let him come to Your Excellency, afterwards, Your Excellency.
Yes, let him come to the court, not to me, to court registry, and ask him to check for, ask for Lima.
Lima.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lima.
And today, please, because anyway, we are taking decision today in this matter.
Okay, I will let him pass on.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. AlHaj. Yes, Mr.
If I may,
Yes.
Your Honor, just one last point. Basically, if it was so important, like Mr. Abu AlHaj just said, he should have taken care of it right away after the CMC. Advised that he needed a witness statement. And he even said if we would take out the transcript, understood what was going on. So if it was important, he should have done it at that time.
wouldn't travel. If we know this, he wouldn't travel, and we have waited for this. We thought that he had to come there.
Okay, Mr. AlHaj, how you would like to attend if there is a hearing?
Sorry?
How you would like to attend court hearing if there is one?
By teleconference.
Similar to this?
Yes.
Well, that's much. And then the hearing is for how many days, Lima? It's 2 days hearing? Are you gonna do this for 2 days? You're gonna cross-examine witnesses and
Yes.
why you cannot come to a country?
For reasons I don't prefer to discuss. Unless you want me to.
Oh yes, we prefer if you are here.
Yes, it's preferred, but I cannot for certain reasons.
But see, I see your point. Then you wait for our decision. Please send your witness as fast as you can. And you will
Come today.
you would hear my decision through the email. Stay standby.
If I may, on the last point, we strongly object to the fact that Mr. Abu AlHaj will not be present at trial. On the last point, we strongly object on the fact that Mr. Abu AlHaj will not come to trial. I think in any case, we need to cross-examine him on our side, and there's only one way for the tribunal to evaluate the witness is to see. And the rules are made in any court for the claimant to appear and defendant to appear for their case.
Do we have his witness statement written already? No. His witness statement.
Which
No,
one?
not his, the claimant himself.
No, we have
Not
no
even
witness
himself.
statement, not even the claimant.
Oh, I thought we have his.
No, we have nothing, Your Honor. No documents, no witness statement whatsoever. Nothing. Like you said earlier, he has disappeared since August 1st.
Bring it back. Well, Mr. Abu AlHaj, it just come to my knowledge now that you have not submitted your own witness statement. Apart from the claim form, I mean.
I never know that I have to submit a witness statement.
There is a lot of things that you didn't know.
I thought witness statement is like from the witness. It's like I'm the claimant. Do I have to go with the statement?
Yeah, I see the position now. Just forget about it. Let me think about this case and come up with a decision. You stand by, as I said before, and send your witness. Let's see what we can do. Thank you very much, Mr. AlHaj.
Okay. Okay. I will let Martin come.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Hassan, as you heard, I will
Thank you. Do you need for us to come this afternoon to?
Yeah, are you around, your office around or something?
Yes, we're in Business Bay.
Off your business way. Then if he come, we might call you.
Okay,
Then,
perfect.
thank you very much.
Guys,
Very much.